Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something a lot of you might relate to, being an introvert. If you find socializing exhausting, love your alone time, and have ever dodged a phone call, you just might be one. So let's dive into the top signs you're an introvert. And hey, keep count of how many you relate to. 1. You need to recharge after socializing. Socializing can be fun, but for introverts, it drains energy rather than replenishes it. After spending time with people, you often feel mentally exhausted and need time alone to recover. While extroverts recharge by being around others, introverts regain energy through solitude. A long conversation or a social event might leave you feeling like you need a nap or quiet time. You enjoy meaningful interactions, but too much socializing can feel overwhelming. Alone time isn't about avoiding people. It's about resetting your mind and emotions. After a party or gathering, you crave silence, a book, or just being in your own space. Even if you had fun, you still need time to decompress and process everything. Social exhaustion for introverts isn't just physical, it's a deep mental fatigue. The best way to recharge? A peaceful, distraction-free environment where you can be yourself. 2. You love deep conversations but hate small talk. Small talk feels forced and meaningless, but deep conversations spark your curiosity. You struggle with discussing the weather, but could talk for hours about life, dreams, and emotions. Surface-level chatter drains you, while meaningful discussions energize you. You'd rather discuss the mysteries of the universe than what someone had for lunch. Social events can feel exhausting when conversations stay on a shallow level. You connect best with people who enjoy deep, thought-provoking discussions. How are you really feeling? Interests you more than a casual "how's your day?" You often overthink small talk, making it feel awkward and unnatural. A deep, late-night conversation is far more fulfilling than hours of idle gossip. You value quality over quantity in conversations, preferring depth over frequency. 3. You feel like an actor in social situations. Social situations often feel like a performance rather than a natural interaction. You put on a friendly, outgoing persona even when you'd rather be quiet. Smiling, nodding, and making small talk can feel like playing a role. You rehearse conversations in your head before speaking to avoid awkwardness. After socializing, you feel mentally drained, like you've been acting all day. You adjust your personality to fit different social settings, even if it's exhausting. Deep down, you wish you could just be yourself without societal expectations. Loud, extroverted environments push you into performance mode for survival. You're hyper-aware of how you appear to others, even when you try not to be. The moment you're alone, you finally relax and drop the act. 4. You screen your calls, even from friends. When your phone rings, your first instinct is to let it go to voicemail. Even if it's a close friend calling, you hesitate before answering. You prefer texting because it gives you time to think before responding. Unexpected calls feel like an ambush, disrupting your peaceful alone time. You mentally prepare yourself before making or receiving a phone call. Seeing missed call feels less stressful than actually picking up. You often wait for the call to end, then reply with a text. "Hey, what's up?" A ringing phone can feel more intrusive than a knock on the door. You love your friends, but spontaneous conversations can feel exhausting. If it's really important, they'll text you first. At least, that's what you tell yourself. 5. Group projects? No thanks. Group projects often mean extra stress, not less work. You'd rather do the whole project alone than deal with team dynamics. Coordinating with different personalities drains your energy. You hate relying on others, especially when they don't pull their weight. Brainstorming sessions feel chaotic, and you prefer planning in silence. Splitting tasks sounds fair, but you end up doing most of the work anyway. Meetings feel unnecessary when you could just finish it faster alone. You dread the moment when everyone talks over each other. Presenting as a group is just as awkward as presenting alone. Solo work means control, efficiency, and most importantly, peace. 6. You have an inner monologue running 24/7. Your mind is always running, even when you're trying to relax. You replay past conversations and analyze what you could have said differently. Before making a decision, you debate every possible outcome in your head. You have full conversations with yourself, sometimes even out loud. Your inner voice narrates your life like a never-ending audiobook. You overthink simple things like how to phrase a text or when to speak in a group. Your thoughts can be your thoughts can be so loud that you sometimes tune out the real world. You randomly remember embarrassing moments from years ago and cringe. Daydreaming is second nature because your mind is constantly exploring ideas. Even when you're silent, your brain is having a full-on discussion with itself. 7. You feel most comfortable in your own space. Your room or home is your safe haven where you can truly relax. Being in familiar surroundings helps you recharge after social interactions. You love customizing your space to reflect your personality and interests. A quiet evening alone feels way better than a loud night out. When you're in your own space, there's no pressure to socialize or perform. You often decline invitations just to stay in and enjoy your solitude. The thought of being around too many people for too long feels overwhelming. You can spend hours reading, watching shows, or just enjoying your own company. You love having control over your environment, from lighting to noise levels. Nothing beats the peace of being alone in a space that feels 100% yours. 8. You enjoy doing things alone. You have no problem going to a cafe, movie, or restaurant by yourself. Solo activities like reading, writing, or taking walks bring you joy. You find peace in your own company and never feel bored when alone. Traveling alone sounds exciting rather than scary to you. You prefer working on projects alone rather than in a group. Running errands solo feels like freedom rather than loneliness. You don't need constant social interaction to feel fulfilled. Being alone gives you time to think, reflect, and recharge. You enjoy hobbies that don't require a team, like painting, gaming, or journaling. For you, solitude isn't lonely. It's liberating. 9. You hate being the center of attention. All eyes on you. No thanks. You'd rather blend into the background. Giving a speech or presentation feels more like torture than an achievement. Surprise parties make you uncomfortable rather than excited. When someone sings happy birthday to you, you don't know where to look. You prefer observing from the sidelines instead of being in the spotlight. Large gatherings where you're the focus leave you feeling drained. You'd rather contribute behind the scenes than take credit publicly. The idea of being randomly called on in class or meetings makes your heart race. Too much attention makes you self-conscious and overthink your every move. You're happiest when you can quietly do your thing without a big fuss. 10. You express yourself better through writing. You find it easier to organize your thoughts on paper than in conversation. When speaking, you sometimes struggle to find the right words, but in writing, everything flows. You prefer texting over calling because it gives you time to think before responding. Writing allows you to express emotions that are hard to say out loud. You often draft messages, edit them multiple times, and still hesitate to send them. Your journal or notes app is filled with deep thoughts and reflections. Confrontations are easier for you when done through a well-written message. You enjoy creative writing, whether it's stories, poetry, or personal essays. When asked to speak spontaneously, your mind goes blank, but give you a pen and you'll write a masterpiece. Writing helps you communicate your true self in a way that spoken words sometimes can't. So there you have it, 10 signs that you might be an introvert. If you related to most of these, welcome to the Introvert Club. But remember, being an introvert isn't a weakness, it's a strength. You thrive in deep conversations, value meaningful connections, and find joy in solitude. The world may be loud, but you don't have to be. Embrace who you are, recharge when needed, and never feel bad for enjoying your own company. Let me know in the comments which sign resonated with you the most. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more relatable content. See you in the next video, probably after some much-needed alone time.